So I don't know what else there is to say, Giant fans. It's just been one of those seasons that has just everything has not gone our way. The Giants are now looking at 2-8 on the year. At this point in time, it's not even worth really winning any other games. You might as well just tank at this point. And if you get a high enough draft pick, in my opinion, I'm taking a quarterback because, like, I'm just looking at this season. There are a lot of things in this season. There's not a lot you can take away from the season, but there's a lot that you can look at. And this team, just as constructed, currently doesn't have enough. The things that we saw from today's game, like I said, there's not a lot to take out of it, but you can talk about some things like, is Brian Daboll starting to lose the locker room? Is this the beginning of us actually seeing him with the sideline stuff that we saw going on? You see players starting to fight with each other. You see their faces. Sterling Shepard got in the face of Slayton. Brian Daboll went to both of them individually, tried to calm them down, you know what I'm saying? But that's the kind of stuff that starts down the path of coaches getting fired. I'm not by no stretch of am I not saying at all? I'm not saying at all that Brian Daboll should be fired. He just came off Coach of the Year. I just think it's just one of those years, and it's frustrating. These guys are putting their lives on the line out there, you know what I'm saying, their bodies on the line, and it's frustrating to be 2-8. Hopefully the coaching staff can get these guys together, because I'm not liking what I see so far, especially from this game. This game was an ass kicking, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? We got our asses absolutely kicked. We kind of knew this was going to be the case going in. Dallas is a good team. We're not. Our whole entire team is just completely injury prone. And, just try to finish out these last couple of games, in my opinion. It's just one of those seasons, man. Like, we thought we were going to be able to ride the momentum of last season. This is a step back. But in my opinion, next season's going to be more pivotal than this season was, because you don't want to have two back-to-back bad seasons in a row. You have to be able to see what you got going forward. This is still, we got to realize too, as Giants fans, this is still an evaluation to see what is going on. I'm not using this as an excuse, but it is still year 2 of a rebuild. And there are a lot of things that need to be evaluated on this team for long-term success. So, it's just about being patient. Like, this sucks. You don't want to lose like this to this team. But this team isn't any good, guys. That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's not enough. And I just hope that at the end of the day, Brian Daboll isn't losing the locker room, because I do think he is a good coach. Just like I said, just came off Coach of the Year. But only time will tell, for real. But like I said, overall, this has been a frustrating season as Dallas takes their second timeout, injury timeout, I should say. But yeah, it's a frustrating season. It's going to test a lot of Giants fandom. In my opinion, lose as many games as you can. Not lose as many games as we can. We're going to lose those games because this team isn't good enough to win. This offense stinks. In 2 games against Dallas, we scored 10 points, all in this game. We've lost 89-10 to Dallas. This team isn't good at all. So they're not going to have problems losing games. You get yourself one of those high picks. It helped today that the Cardinals won. So we'll be able to get that much closer to a top pick. But in my opinion, it's in the Giants' best interest. I understand players won't necessarily want to tank, but it's in the Giants' best interest to lose out and possibly take a quarterback. Like, you can get out of Daniel Jones' contract next year. In my opinion, I'm all for that. And I think that's exactly why Joe Shane and company put in that out. Just in case Daniel Jones, who they've only had 1 year with, wasn't the guy, you can move on. Because let's face it, new regimes, which is what we have, this is year 2 of our new regime, they want their guys. Daniel Jones wasn't their guy. He was Dave Gettleman's guy. So that out that we have after the 2024 season gives us the ability to possibly get their guy. Whether it's Caleb Williams, whether it's May, Bo Nix, We'll see. But it's abundantly clear that this isn't working. I was a big advocate for Daniel Jones, defending him, stuff like that. I think the kid has talent. But he doesn't have the talent that's good enough to elevate the things around you. Daniel Jones needs everything to go right, which is kind of what we had last year, to have success. I've seen enough with Jones to know that he's not a guy that's going to elevate the talent around you. So you have to have things go right for him to be successful. So with that being said, I think I've seen enough of Daniel Jones. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to kind of just move on and just start new. I know a lot of Giants fans are as well. And you know what I'm saying? It's going to be tough. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be tough with these games that we have, you know what I'm saying, left. It's going to be tough to watch. But you know what? That we're fans for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And it really was a tough season at the end of the day. And, you know, it sucks that the Giants, you know what I'm saying, just couldn't ride that momentum of last year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of injuries. We ran into a tough schedule as well. You know what I'm saying? None of that is excuses, but it's just, it leads to why this team is currently where it's at. And hopefully we suffer through this to be able to enjoy the future. You know what I'm saying? Suffer through these last, 7 games. And hopefully it leads to us being able to enjoy maybe a competent quarterback, you know what I'm saying, going forward. Because, you know what I'm saying, Daniel Jones isn't it. The Giants need a quarterback. We need to fix the offensive line. And we need a number one receiver. We need a true number one receiver. So, but look, guys, that is all I have for you guys tonight. Appreciate you all for popping in here. Make sure you all hit that like and subscribe. So whenever I'm live, you guys will be notified immediately. Thank you all for popping in. As always, thank you for tuning in to Ace Avenue. I am yours truly, the Ace. Adios.